So I wasn't expecting to buy this, but here we are. Some of you guys will know that fairly recently I picked up the 11-inch M2 iPad Pro. I think it's been probably a month or two now. And whilst it was a great product, I did have some buyer's remorse. Here in the UK, the base model M2 iPad Pro starts at £899, and it's significantly more expensive here in the UK than it is in the US. In the US, it starts at just $799 and if I use today's conversion rate, as of the day that I'm filming this video, the iPad Pro is £268 more expensive in the UK than it is in the US. I have no idea why that is, but it's a lot. Now, as much as I enjoyed using the M2 iPad Pro, I wanted to see if I could get the same experience, or a similar experience anyway, with the work I do in Logic Pro mainly, at a much lower cost, given just how expensive this thing is over here in the UK. So if you are in the market for a new iPad, especially for creative use like music or video production, then this video is for you. So naturally, to help me find a lower cost alternative, I began looking into Apple's certified refurbished program. And lo and behold, I found this gem, which I'm going to unbox in just a second. This is a refurbished 11-inch iPad Pro with the M1 chip. Now, this has the same 128GB of storage as the M2 base model, but this costed me just £639. That is less than the iPad Air if you buy brand new, which retails at £669 in the UK. And when you consider that the base model iPad Air only comes with 64GB of storage and also doesn't have a ProMotion 120Hz panel, it's a no-brainer really, isn't it? On top of all that, this iPad Air has the exact same M1 chip as the current iPad Air, better speakers, Face ID, a much better front and rear facing camera, Thunderbolt connector, a higher peak brightness, double the number of inbuilt microphones. It's just a much better deal than what you get with the iPad Air. Now, just before we get into unboxing this iPad, I did just want to talk briefly about Apple's certified refurbished program, because many people that I know are put off by buying refurbished products because they assume that what you're getting from Apple when you buy secondhand is a product that's just been cleaned, wiped down and then put straight back on the shelf. But it's not like that at all with Apple. If you go onto Apple's website, they actually state what their refurbishment process is and what you're actually getting when you pay for one of these certified refurbished products. So each product goes through full functional testing, which is really good, and Apple will replace any parts that aren't working as expected with genuine Apple parts, which isn't a surprise. But then Apple also say that refurbished iOS devices, and I'm assuming that includes iPads, I guess we'll find out in just a second, comes with a brand new battery and a brand new outer shell, which is a pretty great deal, I think. Usually it's those two things that you worry about most when you buy secondhand. Either the product hasn't been well looked after by its previous owner and as such has scratches or blemishes all over the body, or the battery cycle count is already very high and you're worried about how long the product will actually hold up going forward, both of which have been addressed by Apple with brand new parts. Really good to see. Apple also say that each refurbished product comes with a power cable and a power adapter. From videos from other creators that I've seen that have unboxed Apple refurbished products, it certainly looks as though you get a brand new charger and a brand new cable in the box. Anyway, let's crack this bad boy open. Let's unbox this thing and see if it lives up to Apple's claims here. Okay, so let's get it out of this brown packaging first of all. One thing that I should have said is these days Apple don't vacuum plastic their products, at least not in this country anyway. So here you've got a brown paper tab that I can open just like this, put that to one side and it should just pop open, and it's upside down. Turn it around and here we have the iPad, which I'm just going to eat my words now, this looks like it is vacuum plastic wrapped. Interesting. Not really seeing this type of packaging from Apple before, but it looks like it's taped using plastic to the shell. Similarly here we've got the pull tab, remove the box from the cardboard, not so elegantly done, and here we go. And so here we are, this is the box that it comes in. And as you can see, it's not really got any of the bells and whistles of a brand new Apple product. There is no sort of embossed diagram of the iPad here, it just simply says iPad Pro and Apple certified refurbished. Not that that really matters anyway. And if we just flip this over, we can see that it says here what the model is that I've bought. So the iPad Pro 11-inch, 128GB in space grey. Interestingly, it doesn't actually talk about the specs on the back of the box here. So it doesn't say that it's an M1 chip iPad, but I'm hoping that that's what's in the box. So if we open this up, put that to one side, and here we go. Here is the iPad. Now interestingly, there do seem to be some blemishes on the packaging, but let's see if that's on the actual iPad. Let's take this packaging off. So I'm not sure if you guys can see from this video, but there is literally not a single blemish on the screen. If I inspect around the housing, I can't see a single dent or a scratch on this thing. Yeah, I can't see a single scratch on this thing. That is pretty remarkable. It's pretty much brand new. In fact, it looks brand new. Well done, Apple. Looks pretty much brand new. Let's turn this thing on. Just while that's powering on, let's see what else we get in the box. So we obviously get the documentation here. We still get Apple stickers with refurbished products. Very happy about that. Get the usual iPad Pro manual and warranty documentation. And as suspected, this looks like a brand new power adapter and a brand new cable. Interestingly though, this is not a braided cable. I'm not sure if Apple only introduced a braided cable with the M2 model, but it's still a brand new cable. It'll do. Okay, I'm gonna set this thing up in just a second. Wow, I'm really pleased with that. I was expecting a couple of small blemishes or just something like that, but there are literally no imperfections on this thing. Really, really pleased with the whole experience. So I guess it's time to put this thing to use. I'm so interested to see how this compares to the M2 iPad Pro in terms of performance, especially for Logic Pro sessions. I don't think I'll see much of a difference, to be honest, and I think it won't be noticeable, but I guess we'll see. I do think if you're looking for an iPad and you're in the market for a pro level device, definitely consider Apple's refurb program. Now that the M2 iPad Pro has been out for a short while, more and more M1 iPad Pros are coming onto the second-hand market. So there are some good deals to be had. So with that said, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and do turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more iPad related content. Looking forward to reporting back on this little experiment. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hitting that like button would be much appreciated. And if you do fancy watching some more of my Apple related content, I'll put a few links on the screen round about now to some videos that you might want to watch next. Oh, and if there's anything else Apple related that you think I should cover or you want me to cover, let me know in the comments down below. See you in the next one.